I am Lorena de la Barrera from Mexico City. Thank you for this invitation. I look forward to the discussion. I come from Tecnológico de Monterrey and CISAN UNAM. So I want to pose this discussion on imagine a world where machines make life or death decisions, where the very essence of moral agency, our ability to act ethically and take responsibility, is just not questioned, but systematically eroded. So I want to make here a call for awareness and for resistance from this thematic, because this is not science fiction. This is the growing reality of lethal autonomous weapon systems, the laws, and they are led by AI. So this includes some case studies of the Israeli Harp drone, the Russian platform M, and the US Navy's Sea Hunter. There are already some weapon systems that are automatic or semi-autonomous and autonomous. And this leads us to this debate. So why this matters? At the heart of this discussion is the ultimate question: how can human dignity and moral agency both serve as a force of resistance against the dehumanization that these technologies risk impose? So these are not abstract dilemmas from my standpoint, from this research, they are urgent challenges. So you can see some key questions here around, and also a global south perspective, right? Because these weapons are being used and deployed mostly in Africa right now and the Middle East, but also, and sometime soon, perhaps also in other countries regarding the global south, where the most impact is found. So the ethical foundations of this is a very classical one. We take Kantian and also resistance feminist views because the autonomous systems disrupt moral responsibility. And also, laws operate in direct contradiction to the Kantian principle of acting in a way where the human being is an end, not the mean, right? So the dilemma here is that the responsibility is shifted away from the human actors, and this creates a moral gap, a space where no one can be held fully accountable, right, responsible for the consequences of these machine-led decisions, citing Frankfurt. So this is a resistance taking the value, the principle of human dignity. I am taking some post-colonial, and as I said, and feminist ethics as an offering for the critical resistance, based on Spivak also, who warns that technology amplifies the silencing of these marginalized voices, and where laws disproportionately impact communities in the global south. And this reinforces the power asymmetries in warfare, in surveillance, governance, and of course, human rights. So the proposal is to actively include diverse perspectives in policymaking, not only in the regulation, but in the whole cycle, from the design, from the implementation and regulation. If not, we risk allowing AI ethics to become just another instrument, another washing in this technological hegemony, rather than a tool for justice. So the current frameworks and the current policy and governance must change. We have a lot of global frameworks and efforts, but they fail to fully regulate laws. We need actually binding international agreements that reflect diverse ethical standpoints and that include impact assessments on the use and implementation of these weapons. I am proposing through this paper that is in progress the creation of a minimum moral agency index, and this index should be a very basic framework to ensure that any AI deployed in critical decision making actually meets baseline moral responsibility standards, those of the international humanitarian law and those of just war. And also a commitment to participatory governance, where AI development is not dictated by the most powerful, but shaped by these inclusive efforts, this interdisciplinary collaboration of both users, but also the victims, right? So in my call for action, This is for a participatory governance in 3 main points. Participatory AI research, what we are trying to do today. This is a celebration of today's interdisciplinary approaches to the ethical AI development. Also, policy recommendations as the index I am proposing and publishing soon, but also the vision for resistance. I think this could be the main and the key aspect that I'm trying to share with you, to use human dignity and moral agency to challenge unchecked AI militarization. Because if we lose control over AI in terms of decision making, life or death decision making, then we lose something far greater, the moral fabric that makes us human, right? It's like an existentialist cry for action, given these new weapons. On the closing thought, the key takeaways is the urgency for inclusive governance, the need for frameworks that continue to uphold human dignity and moral agency, and also the interdisciplinarity. And as a closing thought, in this research, I have found that ethics must be the compass guiding AI development, not only in the military AI and in the governance, but also in every piece of AI tool that is created. I am a very human-centric defender, and this is part of the stance of the resistance. Thank you very much, and I am very open to all of your comments, suggestions, and critiques.